Hi there, you're watching Vnews Bulletin. I'm Vu Ngo from Hanoi, presenting you today's top stories as usual.
Vietnam a magnet for Singaporean investors, says Singapore's ambassador to Vietnam. Vietnam-US trade hits record high in 2021. And Vietnamese families worshipped kitchen squads.
Thanh Hóa should bring into play its historical traditions, potentials and advantages to further develop, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính said during his working visit to the province on January 25.
Talking to members of the local Hamrom Club, which gathers revolution contributors and retired party and military officials, Chính lauded their contributions to the society despite their retirement. The government leader requested the local authorities pay further attention to and create favorable conditions for the club to run its activities and contribute to the growth of the province and the nation. Visiting policy beneficiaries, needy households and disadvantaged workers affected by COVID-19 in Thanh Hóa City, Sam Son City and Quảng Sơn District, the Prime Minister highlighted a number of areas that the province needs to pay greater heed, including building houses for workers and improving living standards for residents, particularly workers. Chính also asked the groups to follow orientations and policies of the party and state and to enhance productivity and quality of their works in contribution to the development of the enterprises and the province in general.
Vietnam remains an attractive destination for foreign investors, including those from Singapore, thanks to the government's concerted efforts and measures to improve business climate and the expansion of free trade agreements. Singaporean ambassador to Vietnam, Jeyaratnam, said in an interview granted to the Vietnam news agency on the threshold of Lunar New Year.
The diplomat highlighted that Singapore has been the leading source of foreign direct investment into Vietnam for 2 consecutive years, with money injected to a wide range of areas such as financial and insurance services, manufacturing, real estate, and wholesale and retail trade.
Well, you're absolutely right. Singapore investments in Vietnam have been steadily growing over the past decade. In the past 2 years, Singapore has been the largest source of foreign direct investment into Vietnam despite the COVID-19 pandemic. This reflects the very strong confidence we have in Vietnam, not just now, but for the future.
The Vietnam-Singapore Industrial Parks, or VSIP, are the cornerstone of Singapore's economic engagement with Vietnam. They have attracted some $14 billion and generated over 270,000 jobs in Vietnam over the past 25 years. Developing digital economy will be a key priority for both nations in the coming decades, according to the diplomat.
The digital revolution will be affecting every country in the world. Singapore and Vietnam must learn to embrace it to grow our competitiveness by cooperating with each other. Both governments recognize the importance of this, which is why we have established a bilateral working group between Singapore and Vietnam to identify areas we can work in, particularly in areas such as AI, artificial intelligence, cross-border data, and also cyber security. This is very important because it positions Singapore and Vietnam for the future.
On the bilateral ties, the diplomat said they are built on a strong foundation of mutual trust and support and have been further cemented over the past 2 years despite numerous difficulties caused by the raging COVID-19. High-level bilateral engagements have been sustained, including a phone talk between Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính and Singaporean Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong in April last year, and an official trip to Vietnam by Singaporean Foreign Minister Dr. Vivian Balakrishnan in June last year.
I think when I look back, what I can see is the fact that the relationship has not just grown stronger, but we both draw the lesson from it that Singapore and Vietnam are not fair weather friends. We support each other in good times or bad.
Bilateral trade between Vietnam and the United States set a new milestone, hitting $111.5 billion in 2021, up nearly $21 billion over the previous year, according to the General Department of Customs.
The impressive figure made the U.S. the second trade partner having import-export turnover, with Vietnam reaching the $100 billion mark after China. Vietnam's exports to the U.S. rose 25% to top $96 billion in 2020, accounting for 28.6% of the country's total exports. Vietnam's major export items to the U.S. were machinery, equipment, and spare parts, with $17.8 billion, up 46%. They were followed by textiles and garments, computers, electronics and components, handsets and parts, footwear, and wooden products. Last year, the country imported nearly $15.3 billion worth of goods from the U.S., mainly computers, electronics, and components, as well as machinery, equipment, and parts.
The UK is among the top buyers of Vietnamese products on e-commerce platform Alibaba. Join us in the following report.
Analysts have said that the UK is a market with great potential for Vietnamese products, especially since the UK-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement came into effect on May 1, 2021. However, Vietnamese goods represent just a tiny proportion of the UK's total imports. E-commerce has been billed as a key to boosting Vietnamese exports to the country amid the complexities of the COVID-19 pandemic. Food, drink, chewing gum, whiskey, and instant noodles are the most sought-after Vietnamese items in the UK. It is also the second largest buyer of Vietnamese wigs, cosmetics, and body slimming equipment. On Alibaba.com, the UK has positioned itself in the top 10 buyers of food and beverages, the top 6 for clothes, and 4th in furniture.
Vietnam's seafood industry is projected to enjoy strong growth in the 2021 to 2030 period, thanks to the increasing per capita seafood consumption in the world.
According to the Agricultural Outlook Report 2021 to 2030, the world's per capita seafood consumption is expected to reach 21.2 kilograms by 2030, up from an average of 20.5 kilograms in 2018 to 2020. Per capita consumption of seafood products will increase by 3.6% during 2020 to 2030. This will create favorable conditions for countries producing and exporting seafood, including Vietnam, the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, and the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations said. Besides, free trade agreements between Vietnam and its partners will also have spurred the seafood industry's development in 2022, they added. According to the Directorate of Fisheries of Vietnam, the country's seafood export turnover in 2021 was estimated at around $8.9 billion, up 5.7% year-on-year.
Vietnam's rubber export revenue is expected to reach $3.5 billion this year, and rubber price would rise to $3.8 per kilogram in the second half of the year, experts have said.
Experts explained that the increase of rubber price is due to the scarcity of natural rubber and soaring oil price, noting that rubber price would bounce back by the end of the first quarter. Many forecast that Vietnam's rubber sector will benefit from the global new price increase cycle in the 2022 to 2024, which is caused by the supply crunch. According to the Ministry of Industry and Trade Agency for Foreign Trade, Vietnam shipped abroad 1.97 million tons of rubber worth $3.3 billion last year, up nearly 13% in volume and 39% in value year-on-year. Such markets as China, India, the Republic of Korea, and the U.S. increased the import of Vietnamese rubber in the year.
The 23rd day of the last month of every lunar year is when the kitchen gods return to heaven to report to the Jade Emperor what happened on earth during the year.
For most Vietnamese, Tet or Lunar New Year festival has actually begun with the Ông Công Ông Táo, or Land Journey and Kitchen God ceremony, on the 23rd of the last month of the Lunar New Year, which falls on January 25th this year. On this day, every family is busy staging a farewell ceremony for the land genie and the kitchen gods on their yearly visit of heaven. As the legend goes, the land genie and the kitchen gods will ride cars to heaven on the day to deliver an annual report on the household's activities to the god of heaven. Special offerings are made for the land genie and kitchen god ceremony. Among other things, fish and golden calves are indispensable. The kitchen gods, the guardian spirit of the kitchen, are believed to comprise 2 male gods and 1 female, who bless the household and keep up the kitchen fire, making every member of the family happy and well off. As the gods make their journey on the back of fish, it is tradition to release live calves into lakes or rivers, which is considered a kind-hearted deed to pray for good luck. The fire in the kitchen is the symbol of not only warm family union, but also bumper harvest and agricultural development of the Vietnamese people. The custom of worshipping the kitchen gods reflects the Vietnamese respect of family happiness.
An art exhibition promoting gender equality opened to public at the Goethe Institute in Hanoi. We went along to take a look.
40 outstanding works of art by authors of various ages from 9 to 68 years from all over the country were on display at the exhibition In Art We Trust. Each piece focuses on a different aspects of gender issues such as social norms, traditional pressures, or gender imbalance. The paintings were selected from entries of an art contest on gender equality, which was co-organized by IKEA Hanoi's Creative Space, Heritage Space, and WISE. The exhibition aims to raise public awareness of gender equality through the language of art. In Art We Trust painting contest was part of the He Can media campaign sponsored by Investing in Women, an initiative by the Australian government to promote women's economic empowerment in Southeast Asian nations, including Vietnam.
A video welcoming in the Lunar New Year, or Tet, was officially launched by the Tourism Information Center on January 22nd.
The Vietnam Travel to Love Spring Reunion video is part of Vietnam's tourism communications program on YouTube. It focuses on spring colors in all parts of the country and the atmosphere of a traditional Lunar New Year or Tet holiday, with bánh chưng, chưng cake, red couplets, and customs that have become a beautiful part of Vietnamese culture. The Vietnam Travel to Love program has been on YouTube since early 2021, with 7 videos posted to date on topics suitable for each tourist season. All have proven popular, receiving attention and widely promoting the beauty of Vietnam's tourism in an inspiring and stimulating fashion.
Some 250 historical artifacts dating back thousands of years are on display at Gia Lai Museum in the Central Highlands province of Gia Lai to welcome in the Lunar New Year 2022 and celebrate the 92nd anniversary of the Communist Party of Vietnam.
16 collectors in the locality brought stone, metal, ceramic, paper, wood and rattan items to the next Hội tụ, conversion of old features exhibition, which take visitors back to different historical periods in Gia Lai province. The exhibition also gives visitors a deeper insight into local culture, thus contributing to preserving and promoting the cultural values of ethnic minority groups in the province and Vietnam as a whole. It's open until February 18th.
And that's the end of our bulletin. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you soon.